Daredevil is getting a season 3. Marvel has finally done it. They have finally actually created a show that has multi-seasons. I mean, obviously that has been happening with Disney's content pushing objective since Endgame release, where almost every single show has landed itself with some bad feedback from the audience and the critics, or simply were just movies split into 6 episodes that just spiraled into a different movie franchise. So now, with the confirmation that Daredevil Born Again is getting a renewal for Season 3, we finally have our first Marvel live-action series that's going to get a Season 3. And I'm so glad it's Daredevil. But before we kind of dive into this, my predictions and hypes for Season 2, and just my overall excitement for Daredevil getting Season 3, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You can also check out my recent Superman video in the description below. And now, without further yapping, let's just kind of dive right into it. So first, we had this confirmation from Brad Winterbaum, who's kind of like the head of streaming television animation at Marvel, and he casually said, and I quote, "In terms of Daredevil, yeah, we're greenlit for Season 3 and we start shooting next year." At least for me, there's a lot of evidence that Season 3 was going to happen, and some, not good evidence that Season 3 might not happen, because if you recall, Season 1 ratings didn't do quite well, and also, Charlie Cox recently kind of had a work fluke where he said Season 2 was the final season, and Vincent D'Onofrio clarified him after that. But at least for me, personally, I kind of viewed it as, Season 1 and Season 2 were one continuous story that was split into 2 because of the restructuring process that happened midway through filming. That's why the Dario, Benson, and Moorhead team came in from Loki and Punisher, and they kind of mixed in with the other episodes that were done by different writing and directing crew. And yeah, just the fact that Season 1 and 2 were one continuous story, Charlie Cox saying like Season 2 was the final season, and just the fact that this show didn't have that much good ratings kind of give me some maybe like not so big like hopes for Season 3. But I mean, Season 1 and 2 were also like just a wonderful effort that was put in by Marvel, so I kind of expected a Season 3 to happen, but like I said, the evidence didn't quite line up. And at least for me personally, also the last episodes definitely had some great moments in Season 1, and the show had some promise, but the whole season overall felt like a build-up to only a couple moments in the action-packed finale. I mean, it really did beat him up by the fact that it was essentially part 1 of Season 1 of this new Daredevil reboot, and it just was a story that ended halfway through. So I'm really looking forward to kind of diving into the second season, where it's just going to be action and we're just going to be character development. We're just going to dive in to the climax of a story with Kingpin finally taking off his mayor mask, Bullseye in action once again, Daredevil in his black suit. And we have the confirmation that Jessica Jones is returning, which pretty much guarantees the rest of the Defenders also being on his action. So I'm really looking forward to this kind of gang war happen. And if they really focus on the action and this war against Kingpin, alongside good character work like they did for the most part in Season 1 and the Netflix show, obviously, I think we're really looking forward to a great season next year when it releases around March again. And the fact that we're having confirmation that Season 3 will shoot next year and be delivered in 2027 is really exciting, because it shows that Marvel has confidence in the series. Sure, the budget's low for seasons with this little CGI work, like I said. The ratings for Season 1 weren't promising either. So if Marvel really brings up the stakes for this next season, I think they're ready for more stories to be told. And seeing Season 3, which wasn't even a part of the initial 18-episode plan they announced at Comic-Con back in 2022, is incredibly exciting. So yeah. And guys, it's coming out in 2027. That's only a year after Season 2 releases next year. Shows don't have quick turnarounds like this, especially in the modern era. And I'm just so glad that Daredevil is getting an annual release for 3 years in a row. But yeah, that's my yapping for today. I'm working on a Peacemaker prediction video as we speak. Also right now, and my plans for Man of Tomorrow weapons video that I announced in the previous Superman video, that's probably going to be pushed back. Or the weapons video is kind of going to get incorporated into my end of the year thoughts, where I rank all the movies I saw in 2025. But, that's enough yapping for today. Before I leave, please note that on my channel, I also implemented a new idea of community topics. If you want to see a topic covered in a future video by me, please type it down in the comments below. Don't be shy. This is a small channel, and my goal at the end of the day is to build out a movie and pop culture loving community. So yeah, I'm excited for Daredevil Season 3. Please let me know down in the comments if you are too. And once again, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button before you leave. And I'm Owen. This is Owen Talks Movies. Thanks for watching. Bye.